Assalamualaikum. We are from Group 4. We present Chapter 4, which is about IT infrastructure and emerging technology. This is our group member. Firstly, we have Koboyao, Chung Kahken, me myself, Nurai Sabrina binti Arda Azrin, Siti Suhana binti Muhammad Shukri, and Nurul Iman Suraya binti Borhan. I will start the presentation about the definition of IT infrastructure. What is IT infrastructure? I think IT infrastructure is a set of physical devices and software required to operate an enterprise, which is a set of firm-wide services including computing platform, which providing computing services, physical facilities management services, IT management, education, and other services in the enterprise. In the service platform perspective, more accurate view of value of investment. So as for your better understanding, IT infrastructure is like the backbone of technology in any company. Just like we need electricity and water to run a house, businesses need IT infrastructure to run properly. So it includes all the physical stuff like computers, server, cables, and routers, and also a software and services like data storage, network systems, and IT support. For example, think about the Shopee warehouse. They use scanners, computers, Wi-Fi, cloud systems, and management software to track all the items and deliver package. That whole setup is the IT infrastructure. So there's also something called a service platform, which is this is just mean that the IT infrastructure helps provide useful services across the whole company, like sharing data or connecting people in different departments. And when companies invest in this, it's not just about buying hardware, it's about how well they can support their businesses using this technology. Okay, next, this slide shows how IT connects with business strategy and helps the company to run better. So we start with the business strategy, which is this is the company's plan, what they want to achieve. And then comes IT strategy. It's about how the company will use the technology to support that plan. So next, the information technology. These are the actual tools like computers, software, and networks. All of that builds the IT services and infrastructure. This is a system that supports the business operations. And finally, it helps the company to offer services like customer service, supplier services, enterprise services. So basically, business needs drive the IT strategy, and IT makes the business work better. That's the connection. Next, about the evolution of IT infrastructure. IT has come a long way, and this is the quick timeline of how it evolved. So, first, from 1959, we have a general purpose mainframe and mini computer era, which is big machines used by bank and governments. And then we have personal computer era from 1981 until now, which is we use computers that became personal and everyone could have one. The client server era from 1983 until now, which is your computer, which is client, talks to another computer, which is server, to share info or use apps. And then we have enterprise computing era, which is from 1992 until now. It's mean that the companies started connecting all their systems together. And then lastly, we have cloud and mobile computing era from 2000 until now, which is we use phones, tablets, and cloud services like Google Drive or iCloud. As for your better understanding, think about how today we can use a Google document on our phone, tablets, or laptops anytime and anywhere. That's thanks to the cloud and mobile computing. Next, we talk about what drives IT to evolve. Here are the key technology drivers that push IT to keep improving. So first, we have Moore's law, which is every 2 years, computer power doubles. Your phone today is a way more powerful than a whole computer 10 years ago. And then we have nanotechnology. Nanotechnology making tech smaller and faster. For example, like fitting a supercomputer into your smartwatch. And then third, we have law of mass storage. We store more and more data every year. for example, like photos, videos, and document. And then we have Metcalfe law, which is the more people connected to a network, the more valuable it is. Think of WhatsApp. The more friends you have, the more friends you use it, the more useful it's become. Next, communication costs are going down and the internet keeps growing, making global connections easier and cheaper. And then we have the standards. Having common rules like USB ports or Wi Fi protocols help devices talk to each other. These make things cheaper and easier to use. For example, if all phone chargers were different, it would be annoying. But thanks to standard like USB Type C, Lightning, or even Micro USB, it's easy and cheaper to use the same charger on different devices. So, in short, IT infrastructure is a tech foundation of a business. It have evolved from giant computers to cloud system we use every day, and it keeps improving thanks to technology like faster processors and cheaper network.
Okay, for implementing IT infrastructure, there are seven important components. The first one will be computer hardware platforms, and then next will be operating system platforms, enterprise software applications, data management and storage, networking or telecommunication platforms, internet platforms, and lastly will be consulting system integration services. So for the computer hardware platforms, there are three elements in this platform. The first one will be client machines, and the second one will be servers, and the third one will be mainframes. So for the first one, client machines will be the devices that we can saw in our daily life, like desktop, laptop, and smartphones, and also the chipsets that inside our desktop and our mobile phone. So move to the next one, servers. It is a specialized computer or software system designed to manage, store, and process data, providing services to other computers or devices known as clients over a network. It can for an organization or individuals. So for the mainframes, it's like the super PC to process high volume of data. So for example, IBM mainframes, the data served can handle up to 1 trillion web transactions daily. And for the banking and telecommunications network, they process a high volume of customer information, so they require a specific hardware platform to run their information and data. Okay, for the next one will be operating system platforms. There are two elements. The first one will be corporate servers, and the second one will be client level. So for the first one, corporate servers, it is a powerful central computers that manage and provide services like sharing files and applications, managing security, storing database to the users that in the corporate servers. So there are three leading companies that provide corporate servers like Microsoft Windows, Unix, and Linux. So for the client level, it is the leading software that manage device help hardware and resources to help users run apps and perform tasks smoothly. So for the OS, there are two categories. One will be for desktop and the second one will be for smartphone. So we start with the desktop. There are three. One will be Microsoft Windows and Mac OS, and the last one will be Chrome OS. So for the Microsoft Windows, it is a graphical OS that can store files, run software, play games, watch videos, and connect to the internet. So for the ecosystem, Microsoft integrates with its ecosystem, including OneDrive, Office 365, Microsoft Teams, Copilots. So this can help them to have better synchronization and productivity. So comes to the limitation. Due to a reason, Microsoft Windows is an open system, so they have high customization for the software, but it come with the same problem will be security concerns. So for the device that support Microsoft Windows, there are laptops like HP, Dell, Asus, Acer, and many more. So comes to Mac OS. So it came from the Apple company. So it is an Unix-based OS, excels in both productivity and creative tasks among professionals in various fields. For the ecosystem, it can seamlessly integrate with Apple devices and services like iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, iCloud, and AirDrop, and many more. So for the limitation, the Mac OS is a closed system, so they have limited customization, but they have good security protection. So for the devices supported for Mac OS will be iMac series, MacBook series, and other Mac products. So for the Chrome OS, it is a lightweight OS that offers computing essentials like what Chrome web browser did, and comes with Android apps and Linux apps. So for the ecosystem, the Chrome OS integrates with Google products and services like Google Home devices, Google Pixels, Google Drive, YouTube, and so on. So for the limitation part, the Chrome OS cannot run heavy programs like AAA games or professional apps like Adobe Premiere Pro. So for the devices support will be the Chromebook and the Chromebook Plus series lah. So for the smartphone OS, there are also three. So one will be Android, and the second one will be iOS, and the Harmony OS. So for the first one, Android, it is the open source mobile OS by Google that emphasizes in flexibility, customization, and broad compatibility. So there are some advantages and limitations. So for the advantages, it is high customization, widest apps and device compatibility, and open source flexibility. For the limitation, it is fragmentation and inconsistent updates, and varying quality and security across manufacturers. So for the devices support for Android like Samsung, Xiaomi, Oppo, Google Pixel smartphones, and tablets, and the smart TVs and smartwatches. So for the iOS, it comes from the Apple company also. So it is a mobile OS that exclusively for Apple devices only, and emphasizing in simplicity and security. So there are also advantages and limitations. So the advantages will be excellent security and privacy, and smooth performance, and regular updates. And for the limitation part, it is limited customization options like that Mac OS did, and restricted to Apple hardware. They cannot upgrade their storage through the SD card, but Android can. For Apple product, they cannot support SD card. So the devices supported for iOS will be iPhones only. So, and then for the next one will be Harmony OS. This one is the new OS that came from Huawei. It is not based on Android and also iOS. It is the OS that purposely for smart devices and IoT, which is the Internet of Things, and focusing on unified integrations. So the advantage for Harmony OS will be efficient cross-device integration, high performance, and good IoT features. So for the limitation part, it is limited for global apps and services due to the sanction by US. Therefore, Harmony OS can run China apps smoothly, but for the global apps, there are some restriction. So it's mainly restricted to Huawei ecosystem only, not open for Android and iOS. So the devices that support Harmony OS will be Huawei smartphones, MatePad tablets, Huawei smart TVs, and Huawei's Watch series. Okay, for the enterprise software applications, there are the large-scale software solutions that design to streamline and automate various processes, and they perform essential business functions like order processing, customer information management, and accounting. And these applications are intended for organization only, like banks, schools, and businesses to support strategic and operational initiatives. So for the largest software application providers, there are few, but I give two examples. One will be the SAP Software Solutions. They provide the enterprise resources planning ERP software, and Oracle database and clouding computing software. So for the middleware software application providers, IBM, they provide the WebSphere software. It can connect with different enterprise systems and ensure smooth communication between applications. So for the Microsoft, they provide the Azure software. It is a cloud-based integration, especially for small and medium business. Next will be the data management and storage. It is the enterprise database management software that organize and manage the firm data to be efficiently accessed and used. Its fundamental goal is to create and maintain assurance, confidence, and trust in all data assets. Therefore, valid and accurate data is vital for organizations to make important decisions and create future plans. So there are some database software services providers like IBM. They provide DB2 software, and Oracle. Microsoft, they provide SQL server, and Sybase, they provide adaptive server enterprise software. So there are still some organizations that still apply physical data storage for large scale systems like Dell EMC, Hewlett Packard Enterprise. They provide H3C data storage service. Networking and telecommunication platforms plays an important role in implementing IT infrastructure. So for the network operating system, it is the interface between computer hardware and the user that creates and manages user accounts, control resources, provide communications service between devices, and monitors and troubleshoots the network. So there are some network hardware providers like Cisco Systems, Huawei Technologies, Juniper Networks, Arista Networks. So there are some examples for telecommunication services like from the US, Verizon and AT&T. And for the Malaysia one will be Maxis, Celcom Digi, and U-Mobile, and many more. Just now we mentioned about the telecommunication platforms. Now we move to the internet platforms. For the internet platform, they are the hardware, software, and management system services to support a firm's website, including web hosting services, routers, and cabling or wireless equipment. So for the internet hardware server market, it's combined various countries that came from US, China, and Japan, and many more. So here are some examples like Dell Technologies, IBM Corporation from US, and Lenovo Group Limited, Huawei Technologies from China, and Fujitsu Limited from Japan. So there are some web development tools and suites in implementing IT infrastructure, like Microsoft provide the tools like Visual Studio and .NET, and the Oracle Sun provide Java, and the Adobe provide Creative Suite. So for the last component of implementing IT infrastructures is the consulting and system integration services. It's because implementing a new infrastructure requires significant changes in business process and procedure, training and education, and software integrations. Even a large firm does not have the staff, the skills, the budget, or the necessary experience to deploy and maintain its entire IT infrastructure. For the software integrations means ensuring the new infrastructure works with the firm's older and ensuring the new elements of the infrastructure work with another one. So the legacy system are generally older transaction processing systems created for mainframe computers that continue to be used to avoid the high cost of replacing or redesigning them. So there are some leading consulting firms that provide the integration services like Accenture, IBM Global Business Services, HP, Infosys, and Wipro Technologies.
I want to talk about current trend in computer hardware platform. First is mobile digital platforms. Mobile digital platforms are now a big part of everyday life, giving people access to powerful technology wherever they go. Devices like smartphones, tablet, netbooks, and e-book reader have changed how we work, talk to others, and enjoy content. Wearable technology like smartwatch and fitness tracker also help people stay connected throughout the day. In many workplaces, the bring your own device, which is BYOD trend, means employees use their personal device for work. Because of this, company needs to update their technology policy to keep this device secure and work properly. Second computer hardware is quantum computing. Quantum computing is a new type of technology that processes information much faster than regular computer by using the unique properties of quantum physics. Regular computers use bits that are either 0 or 1 to solve problems. In contrast, quantum computers use qubits that can be both 0 and 1 at the same time. This makes them incredibly powerful for solving very complex problems like improving data security, finding new businesses, and advances artificial intelligence. Although still in development, quantum computing has the potential to revolutionize many industries. Third is virtualizations. Virtualization is a technology that enables a single physical machine to run multiple virtual environments. By using software to simulate hardware functionality, organizations can host several virtual machines (VMS) with different operating systems and applications on one server. This leads to significant cost savings by reducing the needs for physical hardware, and it helps optimize energy usage. Virtualizations also simplifies IT management, enhance scalability, and support better disaster recovery and testing environments. Fourth of computer hardware is clouding computing. Clouding computing delivers computing resources such as storage, processing power, and software over the internet. It is typically offered in three main service models, which is Infrastructure as a Service (LaaS), Platform as a Service (PaaS), and Software as a Service (SaaS). These models provide flexible and scalable solutions for businesses and individuals, reducing the need to invest in expensive hardware and software infrastructure. Cloud computing enables greater collaboration, supports remote work, and allows businesses to scale their operation efficiently based on demand. Next computer hardware is green computing. Green computing refers to environmentally sustainable computing practices aimed at reducing the ecological impact of technology. This includes the development and use of energy-efficient hardware, the optimizations of data center energy use, and the implementations of recycling and e-waste management programs. By adopting green computing strategy, organizations not only contribute to environmental conservation but also benefits from reducing energy costs and improved brand reputations. It reflects a growing global commitment to sustainability in the technology industry. Lastly is edge computing. Edge computing is a distributed computing model that brings data processing closer to the source of data generations. Instead of sending all data to centralized cloud server, edge computing allows devices like sensors, smart appliances, and industrial machines to analyze and act on data locally. This reduces latencies, minimizes bandwidth usage, and supports faster real-time decision-making. Edge computing is especially important for applications in the Internet of Things (IoT), autonomous vehicle, and smart city technology.
Next, let's talk about the current software platforms and trends. So firstly, we've got open source software like Linux and Firefox. These are made by communities of developers and are free to use. A lot of companies love this because it's cheaper and customizable. For example, tech pros might choose Linux over Windows Server for managing network. Next, we have web software like Java, HTML5, Python, and Ruby. These are used to build apps and websites that work smoothly on all devices. For example, think about websites like YouTube, Netflix, or even Instagram. They rely on this kind of technologies to run well no matter what devices you are using. Then there's something that we call web services or service-oriented architecture like SOA and SML. That's just a fancy way of saying different programs that can talk to each other or work together, even if they were built years apart. For example, when Google Calendar syncs with your Zoom, that's a type of web service in action. And finally, we've got cloud software and outsourcing. Instead of building everything from scratch, companies now just rent or subscribe to software online, like using Google Workspace, Microsoft 365, or even Canva. It's much faster, easier, and scalable. Plus, small tools or apps that can be combined, like when you are using Spotify while connecting to Google Maps that's showing you are listening to music while driving, that's what we call mashup. So overall, we can conclude that software today is all about being flexible, connected, and easy to access, whenever and wherever.
Let me continue to the challenges part. Managing IT infrastructure is a complex and ever-evolving task. One of the biggest challenges is dealing with platform and infrastructure changes. As technology rapidly advances, organizations must frequently upgrade or replace their system to stay competitive. For example, many businesses are shifting from in-house server to cloud platforms. However, this transition can be costly, risky, and time-consuming. So integration with older system downtime, or like employee training and resistance to change are the common obstacles during these transitions. So these are the major challenge. So another major challenge is IT governance and management. Governance refers to how decisions about IT are made and who is responsible. Some organizations centralize IT decisions, allowing one department to manage everything, while other decentralize, like other options, letting each division make its own technology choices. So both approaches have pros and cons. So centralization provides consistency and better security, but can be rigid. So decentralization offers flexibility but often leads to conflicting systems and also a lack of coordination. Deciding how to divide responsibilities and share costs between departments is another layer of difficulty. So next, smart IT investment is also critical yet very challenging. Companies must make strategic decisions about how much to spend and what to buy, or even whether to own or subscribe the service. Poor investment can either slow down the business operations, if under invested, or waste resources if over invested. So choosing between buying physical infrastructure or renting a cloud services, ensuring the return on investment, and keeping up with fast changing technology trends are common concern for manager and also consultant. So next, the fourth challenge is understanding the total cost of ownership. Many decision makers overlook the hardware and software price tag, ignoring the hidden expenses. So what is TCO? TCO includes installation, maintenance, user training, technical support, electricity, space, utility, and also potential downtime. For instance, a server might cost 5,000 initially, but with all added expenses, and the real cost might be four times for that, maybe 200,000 or even more. So organization must analyze the total cost carefully and make the financial decision, and often reduce it by outsourcing or using cloud service. Yes. And finally, Company must respond to competitive and strategic pressures. It is not just about keeping systems running anymore. It is also playing a central role in business strategy. Companies need infrastructure to support fast service, mobile access, and also personalization. Failing to keep up with technology may allow competitors to attract your customer. So, for example, Netflix. Netflix heavy investment in cloud computing help it outperform traditional media companies. So businesses must ensure that their IT infrastructure align with long-term goals, adapt to the market, and also support digital transformation. Okay, now we proceed to the last part of this chapter. How will management information system helps our career? MIS offers a robust foundation for building a successful and future-proof career. With an MIS background, you can easily access many high-demand career paths in business or even in technology. So this includes roles such as business analyst, IT consultant, project manager, data analysis, and also cybersecurity associate. So companies across all industries seek professionals who can understand both business goal and technical solution, and that's precisely what MIS prepares you to do. So furthermore, MIS equip you with valuable real-world skills and employers are actively looking for. So you will learn to manage databases, analyze business problems, use decision support tools, and run IT projects using methodologies like Agile or even like Scrum, if you heard before. You will also become familiar with popular business software like Excel. So this hands-on ability will help you contribute on to projects, improve operations, and drive results from day one in your job. So when it comes to job interviews, MIS will give you a unique edge. You will able to explain how technology solve real business problem confidently. So you will understand the terminology of concepts managers and developer use, making connecting ideas and communicating effectively easier. Whether you are discussing cloud system, data analytics, or maybe process automation, you will may you will be able to speak clearly and persuasively, a skill that impresses hiring managers. So, as your career progresses, MIS can lead to more advanced positions. MIS professionals eventually make IT managers, system architects, or chief information officers. The blend of technical knowledge and business understanding allows you to grow into leadership roles where you can shape the digital future of your organization. Companies want leaders who not only understand data but also know how to use it strategically and effectively. And lastly, MIS help you to become a translator between technology and business. Many companies struggle with poor communication between departments. MIS professionals can bridge between the gap by allowing marketing teams to explain their needs and their demand, ensuring the IT team can build the right solution. This role is crucial in preventing costly misunderstandings and ensuring successful system implementations. And one more, your ability to connect people, processes, and technology will make you a valuable asset in your company. So I think that's it for chapter 4. Thank you for your attention. See you next time.